Welcome back to the Patriot Hour. It is still Sunday, September 8th, 2019. And of course, I am Michael, your host. We appreciate you guys coming back for a round two. We got some great information we're going to go over here, folks. Again, talking about the censorship that's going on with YouTube and all of really these social media platforms. So we're not just talking about YouTube. When we talk about YouTube, we're really talking about Facebook, Google, Twitter, all the different mainstreams and the platforms that they kind of help control. Seems like they're all on the same side. And we know that YouTube just purged 17,000 channels, folks. 17,000 channels for hate speech. Some broke no rules at all. So they just said, well, they might break the rules eventually. We don't know. But we're going to take a look at an article here. Again, if you're new to the channel, we appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you are subscribed here to the Patriot Hour. We do live, we do videos like this. This is a pre-recorded. It goes out minutes after I'm done. I use a software that's a kind of a live capture so I can switch between cameras, show you guys things, and then I hit stop and it's all done. I have zero editing. In the year and a half I've been doing this, is really just kind of record and go. If I hit the live stream, I can go out live. We do that as well. We have great bits of information we go over here. Again, we don't ever want you to take us to be everything we say to be 100% truth, the fact. We go over lots of different stories. We comb the internet. There's tidbits of information. We know the places to get it. We show you. We do it together. You guys are going to connect your own dots, put all the pieces together of the storyline. All right. Never take what anyone says to be 100% fact and word until you can verify it. So in your own research and however you do that. Again, I want to remind everyone of the Freedom Fest coming up in August of 2020. We're going to give you an exact date. It's narrowed down to a couple of different weekends in August of 2020, months before the election. A chance for all of us to meet, hang out, and it's going to be at a local Legion. There's several events. It's a flag retirement ceremony. If several of you have never been there, it's a touching moment, folks. The ceremony itself, I've been through them in the military, and I've been part of them at this Legion. Got the Scouts of America. I mean, folks, what an event. So you don't want to miss out on that. Plus, there is a motorcycle ride of 60 plus miles, an event to go along with I believe the veteran fund that we're going to be striving to go for is the Steps for Vets. Again, I'm going to give you more information as we get that all wrapped up here. We got plenty of time, but again, let's jump into the story here from Natural News. True tyranny always begins with censoring of free speech. This is why big tech must be taken down for the good of humanity. Get the banner off. Okay, so this comes on Saturday, September 7th, just yesterday. So Natural News, in this very important story over at activist post titled, YouTube just purged 17,000 channels for hate speech. Right here, some broke no rules at all. Steve Quayle left an absolutely crucial note while linking to the story. You are watching the assassination of free speech in America, in real time. So, article by Stephen Stanford, republished from allnewspipeline.com. With one of the mainstream's intentions of the assassination of free speech clearly being getting a Democratic president back into the White House, as this new Western Journal story reports, the ending of Steve's note, while linking to the activist post story, is one we should be greatly concerned about, with the freaks and misfits of Antifa now confirmed as pushing for civil war and or a revolution in America, and big tech and government already implementing social credit scores in America, soon to be followed by all programs, assassinations of individuals. As we had reported on ANP back on August 24th, in the story titled "More Evidence, Great Trouble is Brewing with the Seeds of Chaos Being Sown," government is preparing to reap the harvest. The Pentagon had predicted that all hell would break loose in America by 2030, but with many experts now warning that we're way ahead of that schedule, with many far leftists pushing for civil war in America now, and those same Antifa terrorists acting out violently to silence conservatives with the full support of Democrats in Congress. As Susan Douglas reported in this new ANP story, America appears to be closing in on a breaking point that may come much sooner than later. So we'll be taking a look below at what historically has followed the silencing of many different groups of people throughout history, complete and total tyranny, and what we can do to prepare for, or better yet, prevent what is to come. With leftists pushing violence into America largely based on the lies being tossed about by big tech, the MSN, mainstream media, and the demon rats, now defining hate speech as anything the Democrats disagree with, as Breitbart reported back on September 3rd in a story that the Liberty Daily had linked to on Wednesday. Now, while demon rats, big tech, and slime stream media are happy to call any reports of the censorship of conservatives fake news, as this Western Journal story reports, go to a quick link. Americans must not let big tech suppress political speech going into 2020 election. So you can see here the new big tech tyrants makes a powerful case for why Americans must be vigilant to going into the 2020 elections. Right here, at any time at all that each of those groups say is highly suspect because they're planning on using the censorship to steal the 2020 election away from President Trump to install one of the globalist puppets running under the Democratic Party banner. The new book, Big Tech Tyrants, make a powerful case for why Americans must be vigilant going into the 2020 election year, given Silicon Valley's record of suppressing political speech, particularly from the conservative perspective. We know that the latest leftist leadership of the social media platform aims to influence elections going forward, and certainly in 2020. They have said as much publicly, with co-authors Floyd Brown, publisher of the Western Journal, and Todd Carafferty, political activist and senior consultant for Liftable Media, Inc. Floyd Brown and Carafferty also discuss many instances of conservative sites facing suppression and outright censorship from Google and Twitter. The authors note that Google is responsible for more than 75% of the search engine traffic into the U.S. and 90% on mobile devices. One of the primary ways the company shows its bias against conservatives is in the search results people see. Brown and Carafferty write, in July 2016, with the presidential campaign in full swing, anybody who went to Google search and function and typed in presidential candidates would have seen top feature bar populated with three names: Hillary, Bernie, and Jill Stein, the Green Party. There was no mention of Donald Trump or Gary Johnson, the Libertarian Party candidate. Google was alerted and fixed a technical bug. Google's auto-competing function also did not fill in negative stories about Hillary Clinton. Brown and Carafferty also turned their sights onto the multiple instances Twitter shadow banned conservatives, such as Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel and House Freedom Caucus members Reps Mark Meadows, North Carolina, Jim Jordan of Ohio, Devin Nunes of California, and Matt Gaetz of Florida. The author argues it is time to hold big techs accountable and break up these companies to ensure competition. The two contended true tyranny, the kind of America has never really known, has always begun with a powerful authoritarian censoring of free speech. And we know that to be true, just from the history of how that works, folks. All right, that is that's how it always creeps in. That's how it always creeps in. All right, so let me see here. I mean, that's probably, I was going to pull something up, but it'll take me a few minutes, so I didn't have it prepared. It just came out while we were reading that story. But that is one of the reasons I believe that a lot of us are here. I mean, at least we're keeping in tune. We're not going, we see the game being played, so we don't play into it. See, what's supposed to be happening right now is all the conservatives are supposed to be so upset with everything going on that they're taking to the streets, is I think was their game plan, to create the environment for people to go ape shit crazy because of just the hypocrisy, just everything you're witnessing in real time. And then since that isn't going to work for them, I think their next ploy will be, once Trump starts mass arrest of these criminal elements embedded within the government, these little rogue fashions of that have just taken matters into their own hands to die for, I guess, what they believe to be what they want to happen. But folks, the media is gonna go, I think when these start and that happens, that they're gonna call Trump a military dictator. Look what he's doing. He's arresting people for no reason. But the story is gonna be told through the D class, through the day by day and D class by D class, because we're getting tons. We're waiting on tons of reports, IG reports, and then D class that Trump is authorized for multiple things that will show the full picture. And there will be the liberal undo, all right? The media is going to tell these people Trump's a military dictator. He's Hitler. Take to the streets. And I think in these big cities is where we have to keep an eye on, all right? LA, New York, Chicago, maybe a few other little sporadic bigger cities. You're going to have people going nuts, burning it down, doing what they normally do. Nothing new. But... and that's the concern. So I think as more and more of this gets drug out and it gets released, hopefully there's more and more eyes on it. We're taking down the percentages of 50 down to 40, down to 30, down to 20 that still don't understand what's going on. So the smallest they can get that down to would be the better outcome of when things kick off. It's not about the people that are awake and know it. It's about your neighbors and your friends and your family that don't. You can even contest to, I've talked to, they were bleeding out of the ears and eyes and they just looked at me dumb and they didn't get it. Think about that. Those are going to be the ones that people, not everyone's going to take to the streets, but they're going to be told, I believe, by the media. And this is supposed to be some orchestrated issue, right? Look at the interesting article yesterday about the hurricane and the nukes and the cloud coming in, and then they were supposed to have this whole thing right now. Oh, what are we going to do? We got to work together. We need to get Trump out of office so we can all work together. I mean, it's just a ploy after ploy. So, all right, we're going to stay vigilant. We're going to keep reporting, bringing to you what we can find out. You guys as well, drop any comments you have down below. Some of the greatest patriots I've ever met right here, part of the Patriot Hour. They've left links and told me things, and they've been the comments down below have been the headlines of episodes, research, things that we have found out as well. So keep doing that. You guys take a look, drop a comment, leave a comment, take a look at the comments, take a look in the description box. We appreciate all donations, all the things that you guys sent, letters, things behind me to the P.O Box. That's all down below. The article for the link will be down below, and check it all out. Again, share this across all social media platforms. I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless. Godspeed to each and every one of you worldwide. We'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour update video. Coming real soon. Later on. Appreciate it. God bless.